Hello, everybody. Hi, happy Tuesday. Woohoo! What is up? How's everybody doing? I do not know what happened to my little box thing here, but holy shnikes. Okay, well, we'll leave it at that. Anyway, look. Alright, guys, I wanted to get on here and practice some acrylic, so relax. Practice with me if you want. Um, yeah, we're just gonna practice, and we're gonna use these right here. So these are medium nails. As most of you guys know, I don't typically do, but we have the acrylics I made, and so we're going to use these. Now, I pulled a black acrylic because I didn't know if we wanted to do black background with pastel, which I thought would be cool, or if we want to do white. So, yeah, these are the colors that they look like. So I'm not sure if they would look better on a white background or a black background, or maybe both. I don't know. I'm not sure, but if you're in here, chat, let me know where you're, watching from. Come practice with me if you want, if you shall. And hi, Valerie. So we're gonna practice, and these are the colors we're gonna use, and I'm gonna show you my entire process from start to finish. Okay, so I'm gonna put these on, and then I'm trying to think if I want to do it on here so it's easier, or if I want to. Do you want to see the process at which I do my nails from start to finish, from my pop-off method all the way to? Can you hear me? Does it look good too? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Alright, I'm going to set you up here real quick. Alright. What's that look like? Hopefully it looks okay. Does it look okay? Alright. So, I got black. We have speed white. Not that I want to work with a speed white, but that's what we got. And we have these colors here. But I am, so you want to see the entire process from start to finish? How I apply my tips, etc., etc.? How's your day going, love? Thanks for coming. Alright, so what I do, first off, is cut my gloves. I cut the tips off my gloves. This is just so I have something to protect my skin. Hi, Jess. How are you? Hello, hello. We are practicing some acrylic today. So relaxing. Come hang out, or you can do it with me. Everything needed is in the description box, but I'll still go over everything. Is it raining for any of you guys? Like storming or anything? But I'm going to show my process from start to finish. How I apply my tips. All of the above. Alrighty dighty. Let's put our glove on here. I don't know where all this glitter came from, but okay. Okay, sure. It was all yesterday. It rained yesterday for a little bit, but today it's been gloomy and all that goodness. Alright, so I do have black and white, and this is Young Nails, this is Vanessa Nails, and I don't think you can get this anymore, but it's the only black I have. And then, of course, the colors we swatched the other day. So, do you think pastel would look good on black or white? Hi, Nana! How are you? We are practicing our acrylic. We're going to be using these colors that we swatched the other day. And, I'm going to be showing you guys my process from start to finish. What I do to get ready, everything that I use. Okay. Oh, okay. So, we're going to take a lint wipe, alcohol. All I'm going to do nothing to my nails, and the reason being, hi Lee, The reason being is I'm very sensitive, so every time if I cut my cuticles or whatever, I don't do anything. I don't push them back. I don't use anything. Nothing. Only thing I do is take this alcohol and I clean the surface of my nail bed. That's what helps them stick for like a long time. And I can either pop them off or keep them. Let that dry. Then we're going to take my little flashy lamp here. And here's our nail tips. We are actually using, look at these. Look at these nail tips, guys. Look how short. That's okay. So I'm going to take my Madame Glam No Wipe Top Coat. And before we do that, we're going to do a full base, right? So we're going to do one layer of top coat as our base. And you don't need a lot for this, guys. You can do 1 or 2 bases. But this works for me, so I can't guarantee this is going to work for y'all. However, just remember, every time you add a base to your nails, your nail tip, you know, you're putting layers on your nail, so the underneath is going to be a little bit thicker than normal, if that makes sense. The more layers that you add, and I make sure I get all the way up. And then just make sure you're getting all that excess off. We're doing this today. Come hang out with me, guys. I'm excited. So, I'm going to put that in my lamp, and I'm just going to flash that real quick. Hi, Splash with me. No worries. I hope you have fun with your hair getting did. What color? Are you going to get a color or anything? Thanks for coming, guys. Shout out to everybody here. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys. So if you like nails and you're new here, hi. Chat. Let us know where you're watching from. And, yeah, we're going to be doing our acrylic application. I'm going to do everything from start to finish. So I'm showing you exactly what I do to prep and get ready for doing my nails. I'm a content creator, so it's a bit different for me. But if you want to keep your nails on, you can use Jello. You can do it my way, and you can test it this way. It's up to you. But if you don't want them to pop off, then do your regular prep as normal. Okay. Hi, Gizmo. How are you? What does that mean? What's WFH mean? Ooh, nice. Well, you always look beautiful anyway. No matter what you do. That would be cool if you got a few little purple streaks in there, like maybe like a burgundy color. So, I'm using top coat for my barrier. Okay, this is my barrier, guys. Oh, floof. Nice. So I'm going to go right up next to that cuticle. And I'm going to try to not get it on my skin. Okay. Sometimes it just happens. And the reason being is because I'm shaky. And then take any of that excess off, guys. I still have a floof. There we go. There we go. Oh, do ya? Hi, Christina. Yay. Nice. Oh, work from home. Okay, gotcha, Lee. Gotcha. Duh, Crystal. Goodness gracious. But yeah, we're doing the pop-off method. This is my pop-off method, guys. I've already, like, pre-etched the tips, cut them down, all the things. These are square, but I cut them down. So all I did was I had to redo this part because when I cut it down, it, like, broke the tip. It was so weird. But hi, Asa, how are you? I'm showing the pop-off method that I do. And that works for me. I don't prep at all whatsoever. At all whatsoever. But I thought it would be cool and we could hang out and practice. You could also practice along with me. Whatever you want to do. But I know some people just like to watch, so that's cool too. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys. I am shaky AF today. Shaky AF. Nice. Then we'll go in for a full cure after I get them all on. Hi, Glenn. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, hello. Yasa. Am I saying that right? Yasa? Yasa. Oh my gosh. Yas? I think I'm saying it right, but if I'm not, that's okay. So it'll pop off with top coat as a base. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. And I can keep them on for a very long time. As most of you have seen, I keep them on for a week and a half. I mean, I've experimented. Madam Glam is the one that I use because it pops off and it doesn't damage my nails at all. It just pops right off, as you guys seen. Oh, okay. Most of you guys, like in the last set that I did, you guys seen it just like, I literally just, I don't know, I put too much force on it and it just went boop. But none of my nail was messed up, as you guys can see. But when I go to pop my nails off, you guys, I do not use a debonder or anything like that. I just put my nails in hot water and just let them soak for a bit. Literally like a couple minutes. And then I will take my little tool that I have and crack one of the seals if they're not already loose. If they're loose, I don't have to do that. Alright, full 60. Let's go in with the tips, everybody. I just tried Goy. Nice. I haven't tried that yet. I haven't tried that brand yet, but people say it's good. Excuse me. Excuse me. But eating hot dogs, nice. I haven't had a hot dog in I don't know how long. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for them coney dogs with that coney sauce, y'all. Like the sweet, sweet coney sauce. And guess what, guys? I got my shelves up on the wall. But I haven't put anything on them yet. So we got to do that in a live. You know what I mean? So I will go, now that I have my barrier on. I won't do anything else to it I'll show you what I do. Okay, we got about 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy and this guy. And it's just going to like dull it out a little bit. Just a little bit. You don't have to do this, but I'm kind of experimenting a little bit, so. Still shiny, but it does dull it out just a tibby bit. Alright, I'm going to turn my lamp on. Alright. And then after I put these on, we'll get into the colors and what you guys want to pick in terms of that. I'm using, I'll get into everything I'm using. Alright, so here's what I do, right? I take it, and because my nail's somewhat long, I don't put like a crap ton in there, and I take it all the way up to where I feel like the end of my nail is, and I make sure the sides have it on there, but I always bring it up so it's not all down here. And I'll just take a little bit here and pull that up a little bit. Like so. Because you don't want it to come out on the sides and all that. Okay. I'm going to try to do this so you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. Alright. So, can you see? We're going to take this guy and we're going to make sure we're straight. And I'm going to put it down like so. And then I'm going to push up. Go, go. Turn on, you little... There we go. Woo! That's one thing I don't really care for about this lamp. I gotta push the button. But as you can see, it goes all the way to the tip. I have enough on there to keep it going as well. And if something does leak out, like right here when I did what I did, all we have to do is just brush it off, okay? Literally, it comes right off. See? Boop. Now we good. Now, one thing I like to do is if it does come off, I like to pull my skin off of if it comes out like down here. If I have a little bit too much and it comes off the side, I will pull my skin like this so it's not attached to my skin, guys, okay? It's a major thing to do. I don't know what you're talking about, sugar, but it sounds good. What do you mean? I'm putting my nails on? And how I do it? My lamp doesn't like to, whatever, I have to push the button. Okay, next one. Same thing. And I'm still using the same top coat, guys. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to take it and I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to go to each side. And I'm going to go like this. We're going to go up. Do, 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 do. I don't have that much nail on this one, but take that excess, just that little bit, and we're going to still pull it up so it doesn't band at the bottom when we go to put our nail on, and take that excess off the sides too, like the top edge of that. Okay, we're going to turn that baby on. Same thing, we're going to go 45. I'm going to set that down. Push up. And what I like to do is I take my bottom fingers and I help my finger to go upward into the nail, and that seems to help a lot, okay? Hi Amelia, hello. Hello everybody. Hello. Can someone send me the info? Oh yeah, lip smacking nails info. There we go. Look at that, guys. These don't actually look that bad on me, no? What do you think? Do you like it on me? I think they're cute, actually. I made the thumb a little bit shorter than I did these, but I don't know. I'm kind of liking this length. You guys know I'm a long nail girly forever. But I just went through the process of how I do my pop-off method. So same thing. We're going to put that in here. We're going to pull this down. And you're going to make sure that they are fully covered on the sides, guys. If the sides aren't fully, like, if you don't have product on the sides over here, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't get very good. I don't know. Maybe it could just be me, but. And I have enough product in here that I can actually take some of that out, because you don't want too much in there. I'm going to pull that guy up. Clean it. Turn this on. Same thing. We're going to go a whole 45. So we're going to stick it straight up. Can you see? We're going to stick it straight up here. I'm going to use my finger. I'm going to press down and up at the same time. Boom shakalaka. And I don't get any heat spikes either, which is great. And that's why I love Madam Glam too. Thanks. Perfecto. Yes, ma'am. Aw, well, thank you. The chat was behind. I was talking about the Coney dog. Oh, I got you. You've never heard of it? Are you? What? What? Back up. Hold up. Wait a minute. What? You've never heard of Coney sauce? Now, if there is a little bit here, sometimes what I like to do is I just kind of like to pull my skin back and just make sure that's cured, so it's not uncured gel on my skin at all for any reason at any moment. Hi Leah, how are you? Yes ma'am, they are. This is my pop-off method. May not work for everybody, but this is how I do it. I'm not a nail tech, I'm just a nail enthusiast, so do this at your own risk, do your own research, all the good things. Hello, is it Mural? Yeah, they look really good. Oh, okay. Next up, here we go. Da-na-na-na-na. And everything else, literally, that I have used, you guys, like, no joke, everything that else that I have used to try to pop off my nails doesn't work. It does not work. And if it does pop off, it takes my nail with it and it makes me mad. But that's why you don't see me use the pop-off gels from most of the brands, because most of them don't. And Jello, if you're new here, I don't use Jello. I do not like the debonder. Smells absolutely horrifying. And what I like to do is if they're too hard to get off, I'll soak them in hot water. And I will use my oil. Okay, same thing. 1, 2, push down, buckle my shoe. 3, 4. Go ahead. What's your question? I'm going to have to go back and watch. No worries. Lovely. Nice. Okay, some did come out, so we're going to take that. And all you're going to do is just maneuver it off of the skin. Like so. Like I said, it comes right off. Now, one thing I wish I would have done on this one is put it down a lot further, but I didn't put it down as far. See how this one's nice and flush inside there? This one is not, because it slid upward. That's okay, we can fix it, no big deal. We can fix it. Just want to make sure it's nice and tidy. I use 2 from Temu instead of the 1 kilo toy cheaper. I can't use that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, I have to be careful with what I'm using, even if it is a debonder, because I break out. I'm super sensitive, so. But if you can use a debonder, nice. Love that. Okay, we're gonna pull this up. This is a smaller nail, so be careful how much you're putting inside there. Because the one thing you don't want is a bunch coming out the sides and the top. And then you have to make more work for yourself. Alright, let's make sure we get this nice and tidy. So the only nail that slid on me was my ring finger, which is fine. No big deal. Okay, so when I'm doing this, what I do is I take like these, I'll put this on like this, and then I'll take these under the nails underneath, or the fingers underneath, and I will push up while I'm pushing down at the same time. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, guys. Okay, let's put her in for a full 60, everybody. And it's quite fast. You know what I mean? It's quite fast. No heat spikes. Is it just an oil? What do you mean? Like what I use, you mean? Yeah, it's just my oil that I made myself. I use that every time I run my hand under hot water. But what you want to do is, this is what some people don't do, is they do not crack the seal, y'all. You have to crack the seal, like on the corner of your nail. Like, if it's already loose, that's one thing. If it's already like kind of coming up, obviously you're good. But if you want to pop these off, like whatever, the one thing you want to do, the hot water helps your nail plate. Okay, because your nail plate is like a sponge. Doesn't matter if you have product on there or not. So the hot water of it, you know, is like a sponge. So it kind of helps your nail plate retract from the product. Does that make sense? And so it makes it easier, and that's why I do it that way, because I don't ever hurt my nails. And when I don't do it that way is when my nails rip off. So, you know what I'm saying? Alright, let's turn this baby off. Boop. Alright, those up there. My hand's almost done. But I take my oil. Oh, sorry, that's wet from my Mountain Dew. I'll take my oil and I will go around, you know, where I've cracked that seal and then underneath, and I will let it sit for just a second, and that's it. And I'll take like one of my, I have like like a nail cleaner, I guess you could say, and it has like a sharp end on it, not sharp, but pointy end on it, and I use that pointy end. And if you go from here, see, I want you to look at this. Let's take this one for example. You see this seal right here? It's gonna be sealed all the way to however long your nail tip is. So I suggest to cut your nails down, but when you are doing that, you have to get it unconnected from this part of the free edge of your nail on the side part here. So in order to do that, you know, you have to take something up there and whatever. But if you don't, 9 times out of 10, I watch people rip off what nail they do have left because they haven't unattached it from the bottom of that. Does that make sense? Am I boring you? Hopefully not. Hello, everybody. All right, we are done-ski. We got our nails on. The only thing I'm going to do is kind of like not etch this all the way in, but you can use your monomer to melt it, acetone to melt it, or you can take something and file it down if you want to do that. Now, you can take a buffer and do it. And that's just to kind of like take that down a little bit. If you want to. Once we do that, you won't, you know what I mean, you won't see it because the monomer will end up sealing it to the nail. But I did end up popping this corner right here, so we do have to be careful. See how it's a little bit popped up right there? Yeah, that's because I did that with my finger. But that's okay. Not a big deal. All these other ones, good to go. Do. You don't have to do anything to them if you don't want. Because we add the monomer to the top of them, it makes it sticky, so you don't have to worry about filing and buffing the tip itself. And then I'm just going to clean. Alright, now let's talk products, everybody. Ready? Okay. I have all of these colors that I used, that we swatched the other day. And what I was thinking was, what am I doing? Turning them upside down. Hi, Lola. I have Speed Clear, and then of Young Nails, and then I also have Speed White. Now, we have black and we have white. What do we think would look cool? Pastels on black or pastels on the white? I wish I had to, I wish I had my Milky White, but I don't currently remember where the hell it's at. So, because I'd rather see a Milky White with these if I was going to use a white versus a black. But the black, I think, would make the colors pop. You know what I mean? Because I kind of want to do little swirls. Like, we could do, like, little rainbow swirls with them. I'm not really sure. So, I was thinking we could see which one we like better by just kind of showing, you know, taking this and whatever. And then, I have these little guys here. And I wanted to take some of these stars, and I wanted to kind of put them throughout, but I want the twinkled stars. Does that make sense? We want the twinkled stars. The 4-pointed twinkle stars. So, let me grab my little pointer thingy-majigger bobber. Pastels on black. Okay, because I haven't done pastel on black, so yeah. Alright, let me grab these out of here. And we have the 4-pointed stars. I just got to grab them out of here for the sake of having them out. Might be a bit challenging, huh? Come here, Mr. 4-pointed star. Where did you go? Oh my goodness. I liked the fact that my little 4-pointed stars were on top and now they're gone. But I don't have any 4-pointed stars like this. I need to get all of the 4-pointed stars, whatchamacallit, because I don't have any like this. But I needed a little bit of this in my life, so I hope you guys seen. There was pointed stars in there, I swear. Or we could just do a bunch of different types if you guys would like. We could do butterflies, stars. Let's just do all the different shapes, shall we? How about that? Ooh, there's a pointed star. We'll just do all the shapes so we could have a fun spring set with a bunch of different shapes. How about that? There is a bunch of different type. We have hearts. We have hearts, open hearts, flowers, stars, pointed stars. There's even some butterflies in here at one point. We'll just have almost like a Y2K look almost. Does that make sense? I kind of want a bigger star though. Ooh. Ooh, look at that guy. Look at that guy. Oh, we have big stars in here too. Ooh. We have open star. So many of the small ones, but there are like ooh, I don't have that flower. How cool. I didn't even realize there was this much, like, many different things in here until... Okay, so we have a heart. Here's another heart. I haven't really found a lot of 4-pointed stars, to be honest. Oh, shit. Snooze. I don't know why that's on, but it is. Hold on, y'all. Snooze, snooze, snooze. Okay. Goodness gracious. I got this out of from someone else, to be honest. I think it was a gift, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, there's that heart. There was, like, butterfly in here. I did see at one point. At least I thought it was, but... We got a few different shapes, so... I actually wanted more. There's a big heart. There's a butterfly. Alright, we'll deal with that and see what we can come out of that. Alright. So now that we got that... You guys ready? Where to start? I don't know. I'm so sorry. You are making me want to do my nails. Yay! That's what we want. They do always run away. Oh my gosh. You guys can do this with me. If you guys do practice and whatever, I want you to post pictures on my community tab. Okay? Now, you will need your monomer. I am using this brush here. It's a size 12, but it's smaller. Sorry, I just took a drink. And then we have our speed clear, which we will be encapsulating with. Okay? Okay. Now, we're going to do the black. And we're just going to see what it looks like before we do anything. That way we kind of have a feel for what we're doing. Because I feel like that helps. So we are just going to... This has kind of been sitting a minute, so we're going to go ahead and stir, baby, stir. This is the only black I got, so I don't know. I don't think you can get this. And I just put a hair into cat hair. I'll get it eventually. Alright, let's see. Here is my monomer dish. I'm using the Young Nails monomer. You know, I put monomer in here and it literally is all over. Like, I don't understand at all. Okay, put your monomer dish on your dominant side, your dominant hand. You want to put your monomer dish on your dominant hand, or like the side of your dominant hand. Okay, we're going to wet this guy. Beep, boop, 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 boop. And what I mean by this is I can take this and we'll wet this guy down like so. And what it's going to do is kind of melt that tip into your nail, if that makes sense. So you're just going to take it around the outside, and you can do this with acetone as well. I'm just going to melt that in a little bit. Nice. Got some cookies from E-Nail Couture. I can't use E-Nail, so I can't say anything about this stuff. Black and dark this is. So I've only used this acrylic maybe once. So I'm going to take this and put more monomer into it. Okay. So we're going to take this guy and we're going to wet that. Her acrylic is nice and buttery. And when you're dealing with a black like this, you want to make sure, guys, that you have a, like, if you're using this as your base, that's different, but you will have to clean your monomer out, so don't put so much monomer in your dish when you're using a pigmented color like this. Okay, so that way when you have to go to change it to put the clear on, you're not wasting so much monomer. Make sense? And I sit it on the brush here and let the monomer make it shiny before I add it. And then I'm going to add what monomer is left in my brush into that bead to help it polymerize a little bit more here. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull that up and blend that in. So we're going to melt this bead into the bead we just did. Like so. Right? And then you're going to bring it back down. And then you're going to pull that excess down. Like so. This is a swatch, so I'm not really worried about it. So I'm going to pull the excess down over that edge. And just make sure your edges, you know, are pretty good. And then you can make it come back up. So you can take that excess and you can fill that little area bump in that we had sitting there. That's what's good about this type of acrylic, is you have time to work with it. Looks like it's polymer or like drying super fast, but it's not. Okay, so there's our black, right? So let's see what she does when we add the colors onto it. I'm going to use this wet and see if we have a little bit more different. Yeah, definitely like it more of a wet style bead, because that's what I'm used to, right? So now that we got it from side to side, we're going to clean our brush. And then we're going to pull slightly at the very bottom of that bead and then blend it in. And that is going to give you a really nice, beautiful, healthy looking nail. It's nice and blended. It's not super bumpy. The only reason why it's bumpy here is because I drug that down. See the difference? There's like a big patch, but you can also go like this and pat that baby in, and it won't be sticking out so much. Okay, now she's fully in there, right? So I'm going to actually clean my brush out pretty nice. And you'll be able to tell if you got that out of your brush or not. But we got the black on. So black is the hardest pigment powder to work with. I know, right? Hi, Katie. I'm going to put pastels on it. What's your question? No worries. Alright, so we're going to start with the pink. I'm going to do like just like a little bit on here just so we can get the feel of it. So I kind of want to do like swirls, like a rainbow swirl. I kind of want to do maybe an all over. Alright. So I'm going to put them in order here. So I got them in order. Alright. The one I'm using is this one. So I'm just going to take a little bit. I'm going to use a wet bead for this. And I'm going to go like that. We're going to wet that guy. I'm just going to take, that's even too much to be honest. I'm going to take half of that off. I'm going to set this on here. And we're just going to like make a little glitter fade, okay? And you don't want it to be like super duper, you know. But if you want a bunch like that, keep it there. If you want a little bit, take some off. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I'm actually going to take some of this off because we have 6 colors we're going to do. Right? Pretty. We're going to maneuver some of this. So we can still see that black through that. Okay. We're going to take our orange. I'm going to let it get nice and shiny, and I'm going to stick this orange right here. And we're going to bring it. And I'm going to just kind of put that orange up into that pink, so it's like it's layered a little bit. Now, I've not done this, but I just kind of wanted to see what it would do as we're putting these on here, right? So you're going to want to layer each color, I'm pretty sure, just to kind of give us that nice layered look. Okay, we're going to bring this yellow and we're going to come over to the side. Now don't have to do it this thick, guys. What you don't want is super thick amount of glitter to where when you encapsulate you have to put so much on there that it's super thick. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So I think I will not make it so thick when I actually put it on my nail. We're going to lightly take some off. See how they just stick together like that? If you take it like this, you can grab some of that extra color, and we're going to force it up in there too. Now, my nails are tiny, so we're going to have to kind of do this lightly here. Just so we can get off, because I put so much on. So I'm going to take half this. But I think it's going to look cool. Take half this blue and just Now, obviously, I think I'm going to go a little bit more drastic and do this with the colors, just so I can. That way there's like an equal amount of each color, you know what I'm saying? Now, when you're doing this, you don't want them to be stacked on each other either too much. And you want them to be blended into the nail, so they don't stick off the side of the nail. Okay. So basically like that. It's somewhat like that, but I think the black's going to look really cool. And then obviously we're going to add the stars in there and stuff, you know. But you can use clear, you can use, you know. And you just take a star and add it there. In the open spots, we'll just take some of these, like, you know what I mean? And just have little itty bitty stuffs in there. And then you just encapsulate. So that's what I was thinking of. Somewhat like that. Looks cray cray right now, but I like the black, so we're gonna go with that. So don't mind it. Alright, now I'm gonna move these guys up here because we're not gonna use those at the moment. Alright. Ready? Let's do this. Hi, Cola. Hi, Kels. Hi, Gizmo. Hi, everybody. Can you guys see okay? I'm scared. Do we want to see what it looks like with the white? Are you guys good? You want black? Shout out to everybody in here. You guys want black or white? Yay. Woohoo. Pull. Black. Or do you want to see what the white at least looks like? I'm going to put B for black and W for white. White, white. Hi, Cookie Monster. Yes, ma'am, I am. I don't know. It just started doing that for some reason. Can you guys see the pole? Because I can't even see the pole for some reason. That's so weird. It's very frustrating. But do we want to see it white just to see what we're working with here? Hi, Mia. I have white here. Let's see if we like it, shall we? I'm going to do this quite quick. Now, white's going to be a little bit more chalky, guys. So when you have an acrylic like this white one, it's going to be chalky. So always remember that. And when you go to clean your monomer, because you will have to, using white and black, just because of how pigmented they are. You can also tell the difference between the Vanessa Nails color and this Young Nails white. You know what I mean? Okay, got that in there nice. Now, I'm just going to do this quite fast. I'm just going to lightly pull that down. Alright. I'm not going to go up all the way because we'll be able to see exactly what it is, right? So we got the white on there. Alright. Let's take the colors and see what we got here. So what I'm going to do is use the corner of my brush to pick up the beads so we don't pick up so much, okay? And I'm going to just lightly tone it out a little bit. I'm not going to make it so big. And then we're going to bring it around. I think it's going to look really cool. I kind of like it on the white too, but we could always use both. Just to kind of experiment a little bit. So we're going to bring this guy up into that pink. And then we're going to take and we're just going to bring it over. Because I feel like it's going to look really cool. Okay, let's blend these two together. See how much more smaller that is? And then we could do little bits and pieces. We could keep it going. Let's bring some of that out a little bit. So we can see some of those colors. There we go. We got some of those big colors going for us. It's going to look pretty, I think. Okay, so we're going to break some of those colors. And then we're going to bring this down. It almost kind of helps it going in an S-curve like that. And you can maneuver the acrylic to do that for you too, guys. But we want to make sure we keep it as thin as possible, right? So you want to kind of like press it down. It's glitter. You don't want it to be super duper like big, you know what I mean? And we really want to see that curve. That curve is what's going to get us some cool stuff. So I'm just going to add a little bit more here. Pretty. What are you guys thinking? Do you like that? Or should we not go with the white? Okay, I'm just trying to get these split up a little bit here. That is really pretty. Yes, using the corner of my brush is a lot better than using the entire brush. And then we'll take this guy and we will maneuver it down like that. take these colors and we're going to lightly spread them out here. Because you don't want these like sticking on each other and then... Look at that, guys. What do you think? White or black? Do one white nail. Hi, Lorna. Hi, guys. Oh, okay. I can do that. What do we want to do? We want to do the ring finger white and the rest black? Or we want to do all white and one black? I definitely like how I did this one versus this one's kind of all over. Wait, what did it say? Okay, we're going to do all black. Alrighty. One white ring. Okay. Alright, I'm glad we did that just so we could see both of them, you know what I'm saying? So, I am actually going to do the white one last, to be honest. No, I'm not. I'm going to do the white one first. Okay, I'm going to grab another one of these so I don't get black in my white. And I just got glitter everywhere. Alright. Let's do this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab everything and I'm going to put it in front of me, guys, okay? I'm going to clean out my brush, though. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to clean this out before I start on my nail because I don't want to get acrylic everywhere. Okay? So I'm actually going to bring these up further towards me so they're not, like, too far away from me. Make sense? I know you guys can't really see the colors, but... Am I up far enough so you guys can actually see what I'm doing also? You're going to want something to kind of put your hand on too if you want. You know what I mean? To do it like this if you want. You know? But you don't have to if you don't want to. Okay, and I'm using this guy because my nails are short. So, you know. We're just going to go with it. Alright, I got to re-wet him and make him nice and sticky again. Don't do a lot when you're going up around your cuticle area, guys, okay? Make it sticky, but you don't need it to be slopping wet. Got it? Alright. Let's do this. One thing I did want to do is stir that, though, because we need it to be stirred. Just because that pigment will settle to the bottom as well. But this is a speed white, and it's not really that bad, as you guys seen. It doesn't, like... Alright, so I'm going to dip in my liquid here and get everything out of my brush. And then I'm going to tap on the side 3 times. So I tapped on this side. So I'm going to pick the powder up with the underside. Okay? I got a hair. Oh, my Lanta. There we go. Alright. Did that make sense, everybody? So, we are practicing. We are practicing. Alright. Let's do our white. I'm going to go 1 and a 2. I'm going to let it get nice and white. And I'm going to start here at the free edge. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this all the way to the edges. And I want to flatten this bead out as much as I can at the top here. But I want to bring this all the way to the edge. Re-wet my brush. And now I'm going to pull it down. One thing we have to remember is this is fast setting freaking acrylic. But it's still malleable, so keep that in mind. So I think with this one, I'm going to have to run with it wet. So I'm going to have to flatten this baby out. This is why we practice, everybody. So don't go with such big beads. This is why I do small beads, guys. This is literally why I do small beads. I am just not that type of person. And I've never worked with this white either. So I'm going to gently pull that down. Because I want it to still be the same consistency across the nail. So each time I put my brush on the nail to pull that down, I'm cleaning that off. As you guys can see, we're going to make sure we're pulling our edges in. What I forget to do sometimes is make sure the brush doesn't touch my skin. And I totally forget. So I'm going to make sure it goes all the way to the edges here. We're going to pull that up and blend that in. Because you want to blend it in as fast as possible, guys. Okay? And now I'm going to pull this over the edge. I'm going to pull that excess over the edge. And then I definitely don't like this fast set white at all. It's all good though. All I'm doing is bringing that color back up over that edge. It's not bad, but it's still like bulky. But I'll show you how to fix it in just a second. Wow, that one is like super bulky. This is why we practice, everybody. So I'm going to keep my finger down. Push it to the edge. Literally. And then we're going to pull down. Dang, this thing dries. Oh my god. I'm going to take the barrel of my brush. And we're going to do what we can. And I'm going to push. You got to get out of your comfort zone, y'all. Got to get out of the comfort zone, you know? Holy shnikey wikeys. I am usually the shit when it comes to this. Goodness. As you can see, your girl cannot use that white. Here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm not using that white. That white. I'm going to get this guy out, okay? We're going to get this core out because nope. I'm just going to use it straight out of this baby. Look how much better. I'm going to have to file this guy down. But, yeah. That bead was actually not bad. But with the white one, I can file it down and it'll be fine. I don't have to put clear on it, so I'm going to have to file it down first after I get it on. Alright, that was a lot. Hold on. And I have to make sure I have enough on here Shit, hold on, y'all. Give me 1 sec so I can see. Wow, look at that mugly thing. Woo, buddy. At least I know I got enough on there. Shoot. Alright, I am just going to make the rest of this what I can. Your white is always going to dry faster anyway. We're going to pull this mug down so we can smooth this surface out. And then I'm going to melt it upward too. I should have just used this that I'm using. I should just use that instead of struggling through fast speed. You know? At least I know I got an apex on that bitch. Oh, good God. This is why I don't wear square nails, because I feel like, you know what I mean? For the most part, it's not bad, guys. It's literally not that bad. I can file that in no time and be okay, because I have enough structure on it. But I don't at the end, so I don't want it to snap. So I'm going to take this guy, and I'm actually going to wet this and blend it into the bottom here. We're going to blend it back. This is just smoothing everything out. And then I'm going to bring it back down. Clean my brush. Much better. See how smooth that is now? That's actually nice. Okay, we'll deal with that. Alright, I can't believe that, but as you've seen, now all I'm going to do is take a tiny bead, a real wet tiny bead, I'm going to take it above here, and I'm going to pull this down wet. And I'm going to go around that edge, and I'm going to lightly make sure. And this was just to make sure I had enough around that edge. So when I go to file, it's not like a little bit here and a lot in that middle. So we're really going to have to file that baby down, which is fine. It's fine. Hi Jackie, hi everybody. Adri, Victoria, hello everybody. Alright, so that is why I still have a bunch of this white, because I didn't like it. And I wish I would have found my other white, and we have speed clear, guys, so hopefully that goes well. Alright, I'm going to clean my brush. We're going to be using black now, so I'm not really too worried. The only thing, I guess, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clean this out when I get to the colors. So that way I have a different monomer. Because that's made with clear and I don't want it to be all, like, nastified. Okay, so I'm going to let that guy dry. And I guess what I'm going to do is get that acrylic off my hand in the meantime. So when you're a sensitive girly like me, you want to make sure you take any acrylic that you got on your skin and you want to get it off of your skin. It might be overkill, but when you're sensitive like I am, you don't want to let that acrylic set on your skin. Make sense? Most of the time you can just do this and it'll like flake off. But I like to use alcohol and actually clean it off of my nail. And it actually helps. Okay. So I'm going to take this and get this excess off. There we go. Alright. She's not quite dry yet. Getting there. Alright. Got that cleaned off so I feel better. Nice. Now, let's move these guys up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and do the black. Screw it so that way we're not here. But this is kind of going to be a long live, guys. So if you want to do nails with me, go right ahead. I'm excited because I really, really, really want you guys to do it with me. But that's what happens when I've never worked with a powder like that. So it's all good. We're going to go ahead and melt this guy. But I don't normally use like square tips because I feel like it makes my nails weird. Like I feel like it makes the shape all weird. I could be wrong. Maybe you guys like the shape. I don't know. But alright, my monomer is super dirty, as you can see. So we'll see how it plays with this black. So we're going to start small. I used a very wet bead, as you can see. Now, I'm not going to build the nail with this black, okay? Not like I did that other one. I'm just going to pull this guy down. Because I know I can still kind of color it on the nail. This is not something I would typically do. However, I'm just going to do it for right now. Now, this black is very gritty, I will say. But yeah, just be careful getting it all over. So I'm going to look how much comes out of my brush, right? So I'm going to tap 3 times. 1, 2. I'm going to make sure it's wet. And the reason why I'm not building the nail with this black is because it's not a strength powder, guys. Okay. I'm going to pull it up. Make sure I come over. And then I'm going to pull it down. So I'm going to go bead by bead with this one. I've only used this black once. Yeah, it was once. So I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. Boy, did I ever. You know? Okay, we want to go all the way side to side. Hold it down. And then I'm going to pull down. Like I said, I'm not going to waste powder if I'm doing it this way. Because I'm going to use clear to make it to give us that strength, if that makes sense. And then I can still pull it up. Melt it. It's going to look a little weird until I get that bead fully melted together. Bring that excess back down. Wow. Like I said, I'm not a nail tech, guys, so doing this on myself like this is crazy. I'm going to take some of that out of my brush. And then we're going to go ahead and pull it down. Don't stick your brush in it like I just did. I think that's the reason why I didn't like this black to begin with when I used it the last time, because it took forever to set. And it was a bit like, I don't even know. So you always have to get the hang of your acrylics too, guys, no matter what brand it is. And black is one of the absolute hardest colors to freaking use. And then I'm going to pull this down. And once I melt that in, we'll be good to go. I do not like this black at freaking all. Holy shit. You know what? I wonder if I can... I'm making myself look real bad right now. It's a whole part of practicing, right? Wow, I should have just bought Zule's black. Yeah, definitely should have bought Zule's black for sure. Oh shit. I just stuck my freaking brush in that. It's fine. It's still malleable, as you can see, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to file this too. You guys, I am not liking it at all. At all. Just filling in that corner. Melting that in. Look at that big ass apex. Woo, buddy. Yeah, have you guys ever ran into super gritty acrylic? Holy shit. I forgot all about that, guys. Look at that. Holy shnikes. Like, what in the ever-loving you-know-what? Alright, I'm doing this wet. I'm gonna go down. And I'm gonna paint this on. Pull that up a little bit. And then come back down. Much better than what it was. Holy shnikes. Much better than what it was, though. So I think I'll be able to... whatever, but don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me. And I have no other black. I mean, I have one more black. Let's see if this black will work better. Forgot I even had this black, to be honest with you. I have this black, but I don't know how good it is, so let's see if this one's any better. Look, this one almost looks like glitter. It's so weird looking. I don't know. I don't like that Vanessa Nails one at all. At all. Hi, Tosh. I am struggling with this black powder over here. Okay. I mean, it doesn't look as bad. Oh, I just hit it. Shit. It doesn't look as bad as it was. So. But yeah, this powder is just nitty gritty. Like, I'm talking grittier than a you know what. Clean my brush. Okay. Now, when I get like that, I get all freaked out, so I'm trying to just woo-saw myself, okay? Trying to woo-saw myself, because I usually don't have problems with acrylic, so... Okay, I need to clean this up. Now, you guys don't have to do this, but like I said, I have to clean this up off of my fingers. And then after you get these all, you know, on and all that good stuff, you go wash, then I can go wash my hands. There we go. Much better. Alright, that black was absolutely horrifying. Oh my god. Hi, Linda. Let them make... Yeah, y'all can make fun of me if you want. But this is how the reality of it is, and this is how practice goes, and I've not used these colors. I've used them, but not like that. I've always used them with glitter, and I've never done them like this. This white one's not bad. All I have to do is file this top part and the sides, and the white's fine. But, as far as black is concerned, yeah. Alright, now, I am gonna wet this. Now, let's hope this black is better. Because this used to be a really good brand. Do I really have a hair on there? I do. Alright. See. Now, my monomer is, look at this. Yeah. Alright. Let's see if this is any better. I'm gonna go 1, 2. I'm gonna shake it. I don't know if this turns whatever when it's wet enough, but I'm going down here with it. Oh god, this one's kind of the same. Ugh. What the flying flocking, eh? Okay, it's a little bit better. Good grief, y'all. I'm literally trying to pull this color. Do you see how gritty and gross that is? Whatever freaking pigment they used. Yuck. Okay, I definitely need to invest in a good black acrylic, guys. Because this... freaking nasty shit. Wow. That's worse than this one. Holy balls Batman. You know what it reminds me of? Broken, like, charcoal pieces. That is so weird. Well, my black is no good, but we're gonna suffer through this. I could always just do gel, but it's fine. I definitely need to get Zule's black. I knew I should have got it. I knew I should have got it. Okay, I'm going to pull this up a little bit, and then I'm going to swipe. There's like... we're going to... Right now, I'm just going to do what I normally do, and it's just going to be super duper weird looking. Wow. That is insane. It looks like little pebbles on my freaking nail. Even, like, the more I wet it, the worse it gets. Wow. Now I can see why they went out of business. Just saying. Okay. You can stop with the black and finish the white. It's okay. I need to just finish it. It's okay. I mean, all my nails are going to be black, Goofy. Anyway. We're just gonna... I'm just gonna make sure I don't get this all over myself. It's going on a lot better than the other one did. It's just pretty. I've never had like full-blown black nails. So, yay. So I am doing small beads, guys. Like I said before, small beads. You know what this reminds me of? Asphalt. Doesn't it to you guys? Doesn't it remind you of like asphalt? Now, like I said, I told you I'm painting this on here. So that way it's not super thick. So I don't do acrylic like a lot of creators do, where they like pull it down the whole nail and it's like super thick and beautiful. Just so you know. That was way better. Way, way, way better. Look at that. That's a lot better than this one. So, we're doing something better, you know. Right? Hi, Starflake. Hi, everybody. Black and red, you should do that next live. It's my favorite colors. I've only done one black and red set in my life. Literally. Alright, we're going to do a small bead at the top here. I'm going to push this up. Oh shit. Pushed it up too far. And then I'm going to go around and fill that in, even though I pushed it up too far. We're going to flatten it out and bring it down. And then I got to make sure I come all the way over. That wasn't bad, guys. That wasn't half bad. That wasn't bad. Okay. That actually looks so much better, doesn't it? So much freaking better. Alright. Once we get the colors on there, it's not going to matter, you know? Okay. I'm going to clean my brush. We're almost... We got 2 nails to go. I think I got this. I got this, guys. I got this. This is a bigger nail, so you always have to make sure you're looking at your nail, too. So that way you know how big your nail is. So, like, I was going to do a small 2-beater on this, but I remembered it's my middle nail. So I'm going to do a small 3-beater on this one. Just remember, the monomer melts the plastic, guys. I'm gonna let it get super wet if I can. Okay, I'm gonna lay that down and I'm gonna make my brush wet. Clean my brush, bring it to the sides. I'm gonna slightly pull this down and then I'm gonna brush it. Like I said, we don't want it to be super duper thick. We just want to brush it so we have color and pigment on our nail tip. As gritty as this bitch is, you know? Freaking grittier than a mofo. But we're doing it. Hello. Hi. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you, everybody, for all your help. Thanks, Glam. Thanks, Valerie, Celtic, and Linda. Hello. So, yeah, it literally depends on the powders you're using, what monomer you're using. Like, not all powders are created equal, as you're seeing. Same thing. I want to pull this down so we don't have a bulging. And then as you keep going, you'll build that color. So I'm actually going to pull this up a little bit more. Just so it's not super thick. And that is why I paint it. Like with my acrylic that I have, that I use, you guys have seen me use that acrylic. It's never like that. I don't know what this acrylic's made with, but yeah. 1 and a 2. It's going a lot better than that other one did, though. Okay. Bring it to the center. I'm going to wet my brush again. When you wet your brush, you're adding more monomer into that. Pull that to the side. Yes, ma'am?
Was this package be in the mail or would it come from the door?
Door, I think. Why?
I'm not here yet.
Oh. That is Sissy waiting on a package and it's driving her nuts because it's not here. She has been working a job and she's been doing really good with it. Look, we're doing good. We're doing good. Long as you just keep painting the tip on there, guys, with your color, and you don't want like super wobbly bits like this or this one. By the time you put the glitter and stuff on, it's going to be fine. And you won't be able to see it. Does that make sense? Okay. So I got my bead on. I'm going to clean my brush. And I am going to drag this all the way over. And I'm going to drag it all the way down like so. Now usually it just glides down the nail. We don't never have to worry about it, but we're doing it, guys. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this brand before. Have you guys ever heard of this brand? I just thought it would be cool to practice with you guys, and then you guys could always watch. You don't have to take everything I do like it's God and you got to do it this way or anything like that. But I'm sure I'm going to get some DMs about how I did it, but I usually do on days where I don't like do it perfectly, which is fine. Okay, we're gonna go one tiny bead. Okay, I'm gonna push this over. Oh shit. Just push that all the way up. You don't want to go up that far on your cuticle, guys. Okay, you just want to go just above it, but I'm super shaky, so... Alright, so what I did do is I actually came out too far. That almost made me have a bad time. Okay, I can still maneuver this up where I needed it to go on my nail. Nice. Fill that baby in with what was there. Dude, for somebody doing black, looks pretty damn good around the cuticle area. I'm very proud about that, I must say. Look at that. I'm actually proud of that. It goes on like charcoal, but it's working, so... Okay, okay. Nice. I'm glad you guys picked black, because I really wanted to make sure that I, like, you know... Okay, I'm starting to get it in my brush now, which is fine. We only have one left. So let's go ahead and do this guy here. And then I will clean my monomer, and we will use nice, beautiful, clean monomer. So that way our clear and our glitters aren't dirty. Oops. Melt that baby, make it sticky. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay, nice. I mean, look at that, though. I gotta bring those in, but this tip is actually super wide on me, but that one's cute. Look how big that one went. I don't know if I can file that down either. I'm gonna try. But I feel like I need a tiny bit more. Okay, we're gonna take that excess. Okay, now I feel better. Because if I'm gonna do anything, I need to make sure I have enough up there. Especially if I'm gonna lightly file it, you know what I mean? Nice. Alright, well. It's very thick, but we got an apex on her. We got a huge apex on her. It's all good, though. If you guys heard that. Alright, I'm gonna pull this baby to the center. Bring this back in. And then I'm going to pull it down. So, if you're new here, I'm just painting it on. Tiny dragon nails on. Hi, Josh. Hey, everybody. What up, Kayla, Josh, everybody? What's up, what's up, what's up? I mean, I've never done this before. I have never done black and white acrylic nails. I've never done that, so just don't make fun of me, guys, okay? When you're trying to work with a powder that sucks, yeah. I'm gonna bring this baby down. Has anybody that has done acrylic seen such gritty color before? Please, I would like to know. I mean, for the most part, it's not bad once you get it on there, but... Alright, I'm going to turn this around. I'm trying to utilize every part of my napkin here. Alright, we got her on. We're going to bring her to the side. Nice. Ooh. That actually went on not bad, to be honest. Okay, just making sure this bottom's nicely done. Not bad, guys. Thanks for getting out of my comfort zone with me, guys. We're not wasting monomer either, so that's good. 1 and a 2. Okay, I'm going to add this baby down. Clean that off. And I'm going to bring it up as far as I can. And to the side as far as I can. And then I'm going to pull it down. Shit, I can't see. Here we go. Like I said, I'm just using this as a background color, so I'm just painting it. But because you're using acrylic, it's giving strength to the nail anyway. Nice. Okay. It's not bad, it's not bad. Gotta push this guy in. Okay. So I'm actually going to utilize the base of my brush so I can push this in. There we go. The less I have to file with these, the better. You know what I mean? So if I just take my time, you know what I mean, do what I'm doing, I'll be alright. So bear with me, guys. Give me 1 sec. Shit. I mean, that wasn't too bad. I got all that monomer on me, which you don't want, but... Clean her up. Go around that freaking cuticle, guys. get any of that up off your cuticle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring whatever excess come up off that cuticle down. And I'm just taking my brush and going around that outside. Not bad. Not bad, guys. Look at that. And you can't see through it. It's fully done. So that's all I'm going to put on those. So we got the color. I'm going to clean this guy out. Alright, that's crazy. I'm glad I at least tried that one. Forgot I even had that one, but I should have known better than to use the crystallized one. Because once they get like super crystallized where it looks like it has glitter on top here, to me, it's no longer good, but that's me. You know? Alright. That was a venture and a half, wasn't it? But at least you guys are here with me. At least you guys were here with me. Alrighty dighty, y'all. I'm going to take this, make sure I get this off. So, if you're new here, what I like to do is I like to take any of that color. And, of course, you have to make sure that it's dry all the way. But I like to make sure I take any of that amount of acrylic that I got on my skin off. And it does not sit on my skin at all. So I'm just making sure I'm cleaning that all the way off my skin, even up underneath here, like that. And you do that for each nail, like you have to. You just have to. Don't leave all of that excess acrylic on your skin, guys, okay? Not only does it not look good, but it's not good for your skin either to have all that on there, you know? Okay, so I'm going to try to get right up in there as best I can. And then I'm going to pull back my skin and we're going to clean that underside where I can see some of that black sticking to my nail. Or to the skin. And like I said, I'm going through the whole process. This is my whole process. Usually I don't have a color like this, so it's a little bit different, but for the most part, do not leave that on your skin. Because you can develop an allergy if you leave it on your skin. No lie. And then don't ever, if you don't wash your hands after you apply your acrylic, okay, and you, what do you want to call that? Freaking file and buff and all that, and you don't go and wash your hands right away, over time you can develop an allergy. Alright. Okay. Just have this to do. I kind of like them black like that. Just black. And some colors, like super pigmented colors like that, can leave a gritty, almost like an, how do I want to say that? Like a, ow. How do I want to say that? Like a gritty type of whatever. Aw, thank you. I'm proud that I just did it, because I almost wasn't going to do it, and I was like, you know what? No, we need to practice. This is what we need to do. I've never, like, used it on myself, so that's what we're doing. So, I'm just glad that you guys are here, and you guys even wanted to watch that craziness, you know? Alright. There we go. Look at that. See how much better? Goodness. Alright. That's golden. Alright, so I'm going to take this guy and this guy and put it in my little bag I got off to the side here. Forgot. Hold on. This is the best part about these towels, y'all. Best part right here. Look at that. Nothing. Stays all in the towel. Fucking love it. Best towels ever, dude. Alright. Bear with me. You guys are awesome. How many we got in here? 39. What up? My name's Sugar. If you're new, go ahead and like and subscribe if you love nails. Yay. I'm so glad you're here. I put everything in a sealed Ziploc bag like that. So it doesn't stay like gross in my room, if that makes sense. Alright. So let's clean this baby out, shall we? The one thing I don't really like about this jar is the fact that it leaks, and so when you go to try and like it'll leak down the side when you're trying to you know, like burp your brush and shit, and I hate it. Okay, you want to make sure you get all that out from the inside so you don't have any extra whatever inside there, as well as the outside, because it does leak on the outside. I don't know if you can see that. And nobody talks about that. Literally, nobody talks about that these jars do that. Every time you put your brush on the side right here, it is going inside, but it's also going down the side. So just so y'all know. Man, this shit's like cement, dude. Wow. It's literally like cement. How weird, right? How freaking weird. Alright. Not gonna need too much because we're just doing glitters over these, right? So I'm gonna take this and clean thy brush really quick, because you, after a pigment color like that, you definitely want to make sure that you clean that brush out, guys. Clean thy brush out. Oh shit, that is still not done yet. It's still wet. The helly? Wet and sticky still. That's weird. Now, I will use a different brush when I go to encapsulate, because the brush that you want to use a little bit of a bigger brush when you encapsulate so you can get it around everything. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. If you have any questions, please let me know. Did everybody fall asleep? Hopefully not. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for being here, Josh. I know you guys don't do acrylic, but I cleaned that bad boy out. We're going to let him dry. I'm going to put this on for now. Alright. And we're going to cap this so nothing gets into our powders. Because like I said, I have to try and, well, obviously I'm going to file the white one, but the black one, I don't know if I'm going to be able to file that, guys. I may not be able to put, like, anything on that one. I don't know. This one is for sure. Definitely. Alright. I need a nice gritty. Do that. That is how you know when your nail is done, guys. Okay? And if you have where your acrylic and your, like if your finger's hot, spray some alcohol on it, because that's the reaction from the monomer and the acrylic. Spray some alcohol all over the nail, and that will help take that like hot out of the nail, like, if that makes sense. So it's nice that we can actually do, you know, file this down and whatnot. So we want to make sure that line's nice and tight on all the way from this edge to your line here. Nice. Nice, look at that. Nice and crispy. Let's make sure this is nice and crispy here. And then what I like to do is I like to round this out. So I'm going to go side to side here. And then I'm going to angle it a little bit. Whatever you do to one side, do to the other. Nice. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to go straight across, well, straight down. Straight down, kind of at an angle, because we don't want to lose. Because we want to keep our sides in, but we don't want it to bow out. So we still... Now you guys can use your efile for this. I just don't usually. So I'm going to go over this. I'm going to go up at an angle. And I'm just going to lightly go like that to give us that nice edge. And I'm actually going to go crossway here. We need that to be nice and sharp. Look, nice and sharp on both sides. See that now? Nice. So now I'm going to bring that down. And I usually do this with my file. I'll come in from one side. Now you want to be really careful around your cuticle area, guys. Okay? Especially when you have like an 80-80 grit. Don't hit your cuticle with it. Go really slow. Take your time. Alright, now I'm going to go over that top. And I just file how I can file, guys. Does that make sense? And you want to look from this point of view, all the way around. So I should have... So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this here and add some like glitter up here because I'm, you know... But for the most part, we got pretty much all of that. Yeah. Look at that. Nice. And you want to make sure that you don't take off these edges. If you go like this, you'll take off those edges too much. Still want to make sure you file them, but yeah. Alrighty, dighty. I'm going to take this guy and we're going to use my mini sand drill for this. I'm at about a 12. But I'm just going to go... We need to bring in these sides. Nice. That's actually a really good nail right there. Even though I messed up on it, it's It's a really good nail. So I'm going to go ahead and go sideways, and we're going to blend that down. What you want to do is you want to make sure you blend this in. The best that you can. Look at that, dude. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna bring this in. Ow. When your thing gets bad, replace it, guys. Which I should have done, but that actually looks really good. So I'm actually quite pleased with that, you know? It actually looks really nice. I'll show you up close too. What brush? Is that what you said? I am using my old Dashboard Beauty brush. Well, for me. But the next one is the one from Amazon. That's the one I'm going to use. I'll show you that in just a sec, guys. Alright, we're going about a 12. Shit. Alright, so we're going to go... Keep it nice and tight around that edge. Look at that. That is a perfect nail. Oh, and I thought I was doing bad. Like, no joke. I thought I was doing so bad. Like, I really thought I was doing so freaking bad. Wow. Huh. So, I need to bring this in. I'm trying to make it all at least the same, so when I go to put that stuff on there, I almost don't want to put nothing on it. You know what I mean, man? That looks so good. I don't want to put nothing on it. Let's see. Ooh, these are not done yet. Oh my god. Dude, how are these not done yet? Anybody know how to get these to actually dry? That's weird. This one's fine. That's why I stick to young nails and other things like that, because how freaking weird is that not? Is that not weird, y'all? I've never encountered one that doesn't dry. Never. Not one time have I ever encountered one that doesn't dry. Which is really weird. So, I'm just going to add some of this alcohol to it and see if that dries it. And I got to get all the... Oh, shitballs, Batman. The stuff stuck to it, so... I've never encountered this problem before, guys. First time. Guess there's a first time for everything, huh? So if anybody knows, please let me know. I would really like to know what makes that do that type of thing. And everything's stuck to them, so that's weird. I was scared to, like, touch it with the alcohol, but not no more. We're gonna alcohol you, baby, good. Alcohol in. Alcohol in. Look how good they look right there, y'all. Oh my God. I love it. Let me clean this off before I do the black one, though. Wow. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know, guys. That's super weird. But yeah, if anybody's ever encountered that, please let me know. It's weirdest shit ever, but it is what it is. Now I gotta re-freaking clean my nail. What the freaking A? That is so weird. I think I'm gonna have to take these colors and I'm definitely gonna have to dispose of these colors out because yeah, they're not good. And it's hot as fuck in my room. Excuse my language. Like literally super hot in my freaking room. So that is so weird. I'm gonna have to Google that. Somebody Google that for me. Hi, Nelly. Nelly, tell me why this black isn't drying. And also, please tell me why it was gunky and it looked like freaking, oh my God, look. Ugh, it's sticking to me. What the freaking A? We have encountered a lot of issues on this train of nails today. But it's okay. Isn't that right, ladies and gents? It's the reality of the situation. Don't panic. Don't panic. Just don't panic, everybody, okay? I know if this would have happened to me, let's say 3 years ago, I would have panicked. No lie, dude. No freaking lie. I thought maybe adding alcohol to it would help it, but... And so if you don't ever put your nails inside of your lamp either, if you feel like, oh, if I put my nails in the lamp, it's going to dry faster. No, sir. No, ma'am. It doesn't, and it's just going to give you an allergy. So, don't do that. Okay? Trust and believe I used to do that. They're just sticky. Except for that one. Because I use young nails, so... Now, do you know why that is? But look, I finally did a pair of black and white nails. I could leave them like this, too. Please let me know, anybody. What is the temperature? Is it... It will take long if it's cold. Oh, hi, Beth Spander. Ayo, Frank. Everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It's actually 82 in my room right now. It's actually 82 degrees in my room right now. So, yeah, I don't know. Literally don't know. So I'm going to have to let them dry. So I guess we're going to have to sit here for a minute, y'all. Are you guys down with letting it sit in here for a minute? Ah! But I mean, they look good otherwise. I've never had nails like this before. Have I? Never, ever, ever, ever had nails like this. Have I, Nelly? They look good. They do. They're just sticky. And I don't really know why. Like, I really don't know why. I used Vanessa Nails, which was horrible. And I used Royalty Nail Supply, Black Onyx, and it was just as bad. So I need to buy the one. You do? You like them? I know, it's so hot in here, but I have the air on. It's just my window's open. Hi, Leah. Hi, everybody. Did you use new monomer? Yes, ma'am. Well, not for the black, because I was doing the black, but... Oh, shit. How did I get that in there? Oh, that's just from the thing. It seems that the alcohol has helped. It's just still in certain areas, like right there. But look at my white one, Nelly. I thought I effed up, and I actually didn't F it up. It's actually a really good base to where I could glossy top coat this baby and go about my day. Like, no shit. And I've never done a nail like that. I've never done a nail like this, where I could just glossy top coat it and go. The black freaking stained it, though. It's okay. We'll put some glitter there. No big deal. Maybe if I go out, if I go outside, it'll help. I don't know. But this is what, look. This is what's going to be on the white one. But it's so thick that I'm going to have to do it really thinly layered. And then this is how the black one would be with the stars and the whatever. That was every intention of what we were doing. That's what I thought. It was shitballs Batman. Aw, thanks. Can you believe I did that, though? Can you believe I did that? And look, I'm wearing square. And I'm telling you, like, these tips right here, I should have went down, like, one size on this one, but do you think I should go down more on this? I feel like I need to take that down just a hair. Just to round that out a little bit more. I'm not used to having a big old freaking apex, am I? Definitely not used to a huge apex. I'm going to come down at an angle. A speaker? I don't. Your dad's speaker's out there on the... Ain't it? On the microwave? Oh. Alright. Got that down. Still looks really, really nice. Gonna bring this in a little bit more here. Beautiful. Listen, your girl's the shit, and I can snatch this up, y'all. Don't believe me? Watch. There we go. Okay, hold on. Gotta take this in just a bit here on the side. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, look, even from this way, look at the meow. Yay. Nice. All right. Now we're just hanging out. Throw that acrylic as far as you can. Well, I gotta get rid of it. Sorry it was the other way around. No worries. It just, yeah, that's okay. It's okay. I actually think I did a really good job, so it makes me want to try even more. Alright, so they are just starting to dry now. So, okay. Okay, that's not dry there. Oop, not dry there. Dry there. Oop, not dry there. Oop, not dry there. Oh shit, I just put a little line in there. Okay, that one's not dry either. Well, they're drying for the most part. So, while that's drying, I don't know, but I'm going to put some music on. And I don't know if it'll allow me, but I'm going to try. Okay, I'm going to try to put some music on for you guys. I have to pee. And I started at a 111. And yeah. Oh my gosh, I didn't know Lorna was going live. Shit. I'm going to have to watch later. My bad, guys. My bad. It's okay. I just have to not beat myself up over it. Alright. I'm going to put this on for you guys. I'm going to go to the bathroom. And then we are going to... I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to have to do it. And then that way we don't have to worry about anything. Alright. I don't know if you guys can hear. Can you hear that? I don't know what happened to my chat, but... You guys are troopers, man. Thank you. It takes a little bit. Yeah, it does. Can you hear it? You can? It's not like making it weird. Look, I can't get over them though. It almost makes me want to leave them like this, file them a little bit, and put like a glitter top coat over them, and that's it. That's what it makes me want to do, but your girl goes all out typically. Stay here. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you like and subscribe, because we are practicing. We are learning. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. Okay? I'll be right back, y'all. how's everybody doing? Everybody here? Everybody good? Thanks for being troopers, guys. But I'm really seriously thinking about doing just a glitter over this. Like some type of a glitter. I really like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because I feel like they're so thick that if I put those on there, oh my god, my nails are going to be so fucking thick, dude. Alright, hold up, y'all. Alright. Are y'all still there? Just do the glitter? What glitter? That or the top coat? Like, add top coat glitter to it. Because I have a one that has like silver glitter. It's really pretty. I'll have to redeem myself and use my own acrylics. Because using my own acrylics, I'll show you how good I am. Because I'm not kidding you guys. I'm really good with acrylic. And I also still want to get better at it, as you guys know. But okay, we're going to go ahead and get this up off. Okay, I'm going to try not to push too much. Okay. Gonna hold that like so, and I'm going to take this and we're going to go straight. And that's going to file that front half down. Now, like I said, I don't have much on here, so I have to be careful me filing this down, but I feel like filing the whole thing would be better than only like half of it, you know what I mean? So I'm adding a little bit more pressure to where this apex part is. More so than this part. It's really pretty though. My goodness. Wow. That is so pretty. What do you guys think? Just do the glitter, top coat glitter? Okay, we gonna do top coat glitter, y'all. Alright, I'm gonna take my efile and go around this a little bit more, but we got a nice apex here. I'm gonna round this back down this way. And the reason why I want to do that is so we don't have like a super duper bumpy apex here. And then I'm going to bring this in. Just on the side here. Because we want it to be nice and straight. Nice and straight. Whatever you do to one side, do to the other. It actually looks not bad. Not bad, Krista, not bad. Yeah, definitely never using that black again. Hi, Leanne. Hello, everybody. Is it Jasa? Please tell me. Did I say it right finally? Jasa? Jasa? Just gonna go around this, get that black off. This top part here, be very careful. Because I don't want to nick myself or I'll have a hell of a time. Now, I did take some of it off right there, but you can always take a polish and get that off with it. Does that make sense? Now, these I don't have to do very much to. We're just going to lightly just go over and just kind of like crispen that shape. Because these ones we don't have to do much to it. Okay, we're going to go underneath. Then we're going to bring it up. Make that nice and crispy all the way up. I'm going to bring it like at a slant down like so. Nice. Same thing over here. I'm going to go right underneath and we're going to make sure that this is aligned with this part of our nail. Now see that? I did take that. Now we could use a little bit of black and touch that up before I put that top coat on, which I might end up doing. Just to touch it up and make it look beautiful. But I mean, if you have a certain type... Okay, now you don't want to go in too far on like right here, more so than this side. Then you'll have like a little... You'll go too much into your nail plate there, and then you'll have like a little weird divot. So you always want to make sure you're kind of careful with that. And you're not going too far with it. Now on this one I am using my 100 grit nail file. And I appreciate you guys being here. I mean, I do hope you still learned something. I'm not trying to be like, you know, a nail tech teacher or anything, but if you can learn something, great. Then I did my, you know, due diligence, I feel. But I did show how to do it all the way. Oh, still a little bit. Oh. Okay, that one's still not the best. Okay, this one. Alright. That looks nice. So, I'm gonna just lightly bring this down. Okay. Now, I don't know what that's gonna look like when I put a top coat on, but with the glitter is gonna actually make it look really nice. So, gonna make sure I get this excess out of here. If you have any that's underneath your nail, you want to make sure you're getting that out because it's really gonna mess up your shape. I did really well for like underneath and stuff. Like I don't have a shit ton underneath or anything like that, which is nice. Now I have I'm just gonna lightly do this. Now I do have I have a Madame Glam it's almost like a builder gel, but it's a glitter and it's really pretty and it's a flash glitter as well. So even though we didn't put big glitter stuff on here, I feel like I still did a really good job. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go around this part. Just to get any type of excess and make it nice. Okay, I'm gonna bring this in so it's not so wide. So I did get it a little bit wide. Beautiful. You guys are awesome. Oh, yay! Hi, Jamie. Hi, Miranda. Hi, Leanne. Hello. Shout out to everybody here. I feel so lost, but at the same time, I love the variety of nail tech industry. Oh, don't feel lost. Do you use black and white? I did use black and white acrylic for these for the first time. I've never done that before. This was my first time actually doing that. So the only thing I will actually attempt to do is make sure that I'm going to come up under here with my actual file, so that way I can... The powder that I was using was not a good powder at all, so now I just need... They're not drying fully, so I'm just trying to make sure I get a good, nice file on them. We're going to add a glitter top coat. I don't want to take any of that color off, you know what I mean? So I'm just lightly kind of going over that. This is not what I usually do, but you kind of have to improvise when you're using an acrylic or a product that is not really all that good, but you're already halfway done, so you kind of have to do something with it, you know what I mean? So I'm actually going to force this inward more. This one's quite thick on the side here. But yeah, I hope you can't see none of the, like... But for the most part, I learned a lot today. I did go super slow, which I typically don't. But if you're new here, my name is Sugar. It's nice to meet you guys. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Come back, because we are doing Freestyle Fridays in the mornings. And then we're having Sunday Fun Days, which is great. I'm excited to get back to that. And there's not much more I can do with this tip, because the tip is actually thick wide-wise, because I pushed it down so far. So inevitably, I don't know if I'm going to be able to take that in much more. I'm going to try. Oh, I guess I did, huh? Okay, it's still a little wide, but it wasn't as bad as it was. But we want to make sure you square those edges off. And you also want to make sure making it nice and non-lumpy. Non-lumpy, everybody. Because I'm telling you, you don't want your nails to be lumpy underneath, because it changes the whole vibe of the nail set. No joke. Okay. So that's not bad. Not bad at all. I kind of like that I have an apex now. Okay, let me round this down. Okay, see how I took that off there? Not a big deal. Okay, that still isn't dry. You know what? We're gonna just do it. And I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Math. Oh, I'm not oh, goodness. This is my first time using square, too, guys. I am a coffin and a stiletto girly. So I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. And so I figured we not only were practicing our acrylic, which don't go by that because I had to do stuff that I normally don't. But we practiced, you know. The beads were nothing. So don't look at that like it's, you know, that's how acrylic is, because that's not. The beads wouldn't form, so I had to just kind of go with the flow. So, alright, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go underneath. We're going to make sure we make that nice and straight along with the edge of our nail bed here. Okay? So you want to make it nice and straight. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on there, but you want all the pressure to be down here more so than up here, because if you take it in too much here, you're going to have a divot right here along your free edge. So, okay, we're going to do the same thing on this side. What you do on that side, do on this side. So I thought, yeah, it'd be fun if you guys came and hung out with me, and you guys did it too if you wanted. Or just watched. Some people just like to watch too. Okay, so I'm just going to go lightly over top these because we don't need a lot of shaping for these. And you wouldn't necessarily go over this black, but I kind of have to because it's so gritty. So that is the reason why I'm going over this black, is to kind of shape some of that like grittiness down. And I don't need a lot of pressure to do that with either. Nice. I should have cut this down just a tibby bit more, but I think it's okay. Okay, I'm going to bring this down. I have a little bit coming out at the side, and I want a nice and crisp line without taking it fully off the nail. And then I'm going to round it. Take it, and I'm just going to round it down. Nice. That actually looks really, really good. So we're going to look at it from this angle here, which I took some off right there, but it's fine. You won't be able to tell. Looks actually not too bad. It's still kind of like coming out at an like bulge here. So I'm going to try to make that as flat as I can at the top. And then oh, nice. Okay. Okay. Now it's a little hard to see, but okay. Wow, look at that. So the only thing I'm going to do is go around my edge here, and then that is it for the color. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my builder gel. Well, it's a builder gel in my top coat. And I'm just going to do a really thin top coat. So I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to clean up my smile. You don't need to have it on such a big number either. Nice. Okay, we're going to go about an 8 on that. Nice, dude. Beautiful. Okay, same thing here. I'm gonna, oh shit, that ain't good. I use my pinky to stabilize. And we're gonna keep going with that like moon shape. It's a little bit of a moon shape. It's not such a huge moon shape. But I'm just getting that excess out from underneath here. Beautiful. Now sometimes you have like these little extra bits on the edges here. There. Usually they just come right off. Just clean that edge out. Okay, the only thing I need to fix is bring this down. I don't like how it bevels outward like that, so we need to come... And we need to bring that in. And you'll be able to see. Nice. So that's what the white looks like. A little bit of a different shape than what I'm used to, but it's okay. I think it's alright. I'm not going to get it any more flat, so it's just going to be beveled out on the side like that, and there's nothing I can really do about it, to be honest with you. I can take it in a little bit, but I'm not going to be able to take it in much more. Okay, that's better. Okay. Alrighty dighty, guys. That is what the nails look like. I like them. Alright, I'm going to dust them off. And I did use a pop-off method, so go back and watch that pop-off method. Try it for yourself. Let me know what you think. If you do some nails and you decide to do some nails tonight, let me know. Post them on my community tab, guys. Make sure you're subscribed and all the goodness. I did get myself right here. I didn't cut myself, but you see how sensitive I get? So, alright. Let's frickin' do this. I'm gonna roll this guy up here. Alright, I'm gonna move this guy down. Ah! Alright, we're gonna move these over. They look good. Wow. Alright, we're gonna grab that gel now. We just want the glitter gel, right? I can do a, this one right here, which is like a builder, or I can do a color. What do you guys think? Should we do some glitter colors, maybe? We have these. Or I could do like an accent glitter nail. I like the blue though. What do you think? Should we do that? You want sparkles? That's nice. You can be one. I'm a glossy girl. Me too, girl. Me too. Hi, J. Rob. Micah, what up, what up? You're a nail tech? Awesome. No worries, babe. I know. Christina, tell me about it. Got to head out. No worries. Thank you so much for coming. The Giggles and Gossips podcast. Nice. Winston. Blue glitter, blue glitter. Alright, we'll do that one. Nice. We also have, yeah, we're going to do a super gloss top coat. And I think that's just, yeah, we're going to use a blue glitter. And I'm telling you right now that this glitter looks banging on this black. Look what it's going to look like on the black. Oh my god. What do you think, y'all? Oh, tell me that ain't fucking bomb, dude. Look at that. I've never just done a pure application and then just went in with a color. Plus, this kind of helps go over any, oh shit, any areas that you may have like filed through. I got that all over me. Don't do that, guys. Look at that. Oh. Alright. I'm gonna wrap it with that. Make sure you wrap the edges, guys. Especially the sides. Wow. Gonna move some of this blue so it just evenly distributes. Look at that blue, dude. Woo! Alright, I gotta take it off my skin, but holy shnikes. And then, once I get it off my skin, guys, I am actually going to... What if we did the purple? What if we did the purple one on that one? What do you guys think? You want to do the purple-ish pinky one that I had out? That's just like this one on the white. Okay, you want to make sure you get all that off your skin. Wow, that is beautiful. If you hear that beeping, it is the guys working on the house. Oh my god, is that not gorgeous? I'm going to use a smaller cleanup brush. I use this cleanup brush to go around the tops. Nice. Oh, God, is that beautiful. Alright, I'm going to take that excess. Oh, yeah, that is stunning. Doesn't it, though? I love it. Yes, it is Madam Glam. I do have a code with them, guys, if you would like to. Miss Eclipse, Miss_Eclipse 35. Elena, hello. Jess, you're still here. Hi. Who's all still here in the chat? Throw up some emojis in the chat, guys. As many emojis as you absolutely can find. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, look at that. Ugh. Now, I have... Hold on. Hold the phone. I have 5 more of those. Different colors. So we have, I have a green. We can do all the different colors. What do you guys think? You want to do all the different colors? Look, I have this one. I have an orange one. I have a pink one. Let's see. I have this one and I have this pink one and this purple one. What do you guys think? We could do all the different colors. Even though I did this one already, but what do you guys think? It is called Under Pressure from Madam Glam. Different colors? Alright, that'll be fun. I'm down. Alright, dude. We're doing different colors. So, this one and this one is totally different. As you can see, these are more glitterified, and this is more of like a different type of chunky. So I think I'm going to take this one out, and I'm going to use my other one, so we can have 2 of the same, okay? So I'm actually going to, look at this and see what sparkles Okay, so this is what it's going to look like on the white if I use that one. And then let's see what this one looks like. Ugh. See how much more like glittery this one is compared to this is more of a foil wrap, I guess. So that one's blue, bluish purple. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one on the white, I think. Because they're all going to be different versus on white and black, you know. So we have this guy here, and this is what it's going to look like on the white. More of like a green. And we have this one, which is an actual green, which I think is going to look better on black than anything, but it could turn pink and blue on white. And then this one is orange. So we have like a yellow orange. So I think what I'm going to do... Shit. What does this one look like again? This one's got more of an all-over color, so I'm going to use this one on the white one. Yeah, look. It's almost got like a rainbow effect on it. Oh, wow. That's like pastel neon glitters. You see how different these are, though? But they're really pretty. Because they're foil, but they're also regular glitter. So, you know, you want to sparse out those glitters. So we'll probably have to do 2 coats of this one just to get a bunch of glitter on it. To kind of mask certain stuff. Okay, I'm just going to try to put some more glitter on here. There we go. Nice. Okay, I'm going to make sure I cover the whole. We're going to bring some of this over here. And also over here. Look at that. That's pretty too. Nice. Definitely a lot different than what I thought it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm just going to clean this up real quick. The best thing to do is make sure you wipe it with a brush and then go over with your fingers and make sure you get anything that the brush couldn't get. Especially if you're stupid sensitive like I am. Yeah, do you see how red my nail is? Okay, just making sure I'm getting that excess up off my... Oh, that is beautiful, though. Okay, now, when you have these type of nails, what I want you to always do is make sure you're getting that excess off so you can keep your shape. Because if you don't, then you won't keep your shape and it's going to be blown out of proportion. Does that make sense? Alright, we got her. Nice. Alright. Dude, I didn't think we were gonna go this way, but we didn't. The green on black for sure. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to go for as much rainbow as I can. So now that we have the blue on the whatchamacallit, we're going to go green on the next one. And then we're going to have green on that one. The yellow on the middle. And then the red is going to be on the outside, I think. Because I think I want to do... We could also do this one. Or did we already do this one? No, we didn't do this one. We have this like bluey purple one. So this is more of a purple blue. We can try that and see if we like it. Oh, white is bomb. Alright, so we're going to do green. Ooh. That green kind of reminds me of like Wicked. Look at that. Oh, it's so sparkly. Okay, so I went over this little part, so I'm gonna throw some like glitter on that. That way you can't tell. So I'm gonna take this. Oop, shit. Oh, shit. Trying to maneuver this glitter over here. It ain't helping none. Okay, we want to make sure it looks even. Okay. I'm going to seal it in. Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. Oh my god. That is stunning. Nice. This is not where I thought this nail set was going to go, but I am digging it. You guys will have to let me know if you're digging it too. Now, like I said, you don't want to make it to where it's like super blotchy on the sides. You want to make sure you're getting, you know. And the fact that you guys are here, like, I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so freaking much, guys. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this excess really quick. And then I'm going to try to maneuver this, like, a big particle. I'm going to try to maneuver, like, a actual particle. Sometimes you might have to move it, like, okay, there we go. To disguise that. Okay, there we go. For the most part, your brush can kind of take some of that off, so just be, you know, be a little cautious and just kind of, not that anybody's gonna know what I know. Woo! Wow. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I have this big bump right here. that needs to be fixed. Okay. I'm kind of, I don't know, are you guys like this too, where you get like OCD with like how your nail looks, and if it has like a little side taken out of it and whatnot? Are you guys like that too, or is it just me? Okay, we're gonna take that excess off. And then I'm gonna make sure I take this like that. I'm gonna go down the side. Just like so. And then that makes sure it's nice and straight still. No issue. Okay. I'm just like OCD like that, if that makes sense, you guys. So I hope this is actually gratifying for you guys. I hope it is anyway. Okay, so the next one we're gonna do is the orange, and then we'll do this one, and then yeah. Because I kind of wanted to go in rainbow order, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it'd be prettier that way. And then I'm going to flip my hand over and do the underside. Just to make sure it's cured fully. So let's do the yellow-orange. Ooh, yeah. You know what I didn't do? Use a base coat. That's okay. It's a pop offset anyway, so. Wow. I have not once used these as a single color on myself, you guys. Not once. So, wow. It is definitely gorgeous. Oh, wow. Stunning, dude. Alright, give me one sec, guys. Tell me that ain't fucking beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay. Gonna make sure these are nice and... yeah. Alright, give me one sec. I need to plug my phone in. Okay, I think we're good. The only thing that sucks when you're using polishes like this is sometimes you'll get like... since with all these pieces in there, you want to make sure you're getting all them nook and crannies. Does that make sense? Oh, that is stunning. Okay, I'm going to flatten that out a little bit. Yes, dude. It's actually looking like an actual rainbow. Once we get that pink on here, it's going to look like a rainbow. I know this part isn't that fun, but I'm just glad you guys stuck around, dude. Especially if you're new here. Thank you so freaking much for being here. Now, this is what you do when you do not leave any of this on your skin. Do you hear me? That is one thing I have the biggest pet peeve, because if you leave this on your skin and, you know, cure it, you're not doing yourself any favors at all. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go hello. Okay, just making sure we get that nice straight. Beautiful nail. Nice. That is so pretty. Holy shnikes. Alright, dude. One more nail. And then, yes, gel on top of acrylic. Hi, is it Shy? Jane, hello? Hi. In salon, people pay me to be malicious. I don't think it's OCD. Yeah, that's true. I'm glad you guys are here. Sophia, hello. Shout out to the 35 that you still in here. I will redeem myself. You guys can check out any of my acrylic live nails, my playlist. You can go watch any one of them on my playlist, and you'll see how I actually apply acrylic. So this was just a one-off weirded moment, but I've never had nails like this, so we're breaking out today, okay? We're going to use this one from Madame Glam. This one is called Cosmic Sparkle, which is one of my absolute favorites. Now, this one's just like the one that's on the thumb. Oh. Oh my god. These are my favorite. These ones from Madame Glam are my absolute fave. Love them so much because they're all two-toned, but when I change it, can you guys see the orange and the red together? Ugh. Dude, I have had the best time ever. This one I wish was a little bit more on the purple side, I guess, but just so we had a purple in there, but that's okay. You don't always get to have a purple. Alright, I'm going to try to pull some of this up a little bit more. So I want it to be fully activated with these beautiful colors. Especially at the top. Nice. Alright. So I think, if anything, I should put like another layer of maybe this purple one on the white, just to give it like a little bit more of that color. Yeah, definitely. But I think I should add another layer to that. It's going to be hella thick, but I don't care. So I'm actually going to use a little bit of a thicker top coat. Nothing too crazy of a thick top coat, but I feel like it's the best thing to use when you have glitters like this. And if you don't have a thick top coat, it's okay. Just use like 2 coats. Or you can leave it at 1. Totally up to y'all. I just feel like I'm like overdoing it for no reason. All I know is these are effing bum. Like, I have had the best time today. Actually, I've had the best freaking time today. Okay. Gonna make sure we take any of that excess off. Same thing there. Underneath. And you, like I said, when you're wearing tips like this, you want to make sure you're keeping that nice flat edge. Okay? I'll probably get made fun of, but I don't care. Alrighty dighty. I understood what you meant. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jane. Great Halloween option. It is, ain't it? We got black in the spring, baby. Alright, so I am going to be using the top coat. Where'd my top coat go? Hold up, y'all. Couple more seconds here. I just want to make sure I am actually putting them in the light, because you don't want to disturb the light. You want it to continuously cure that product on there, and you don't want to keep taking it in and out, in and out, in and out. I tried to look for your acrylic in the shop, but it said currently unavailable. Yes. Unfortunately, none of my acrylics are available anymore. I will start making new ones, and then you guys can be a part of the journey too. Again. And then we'll go from there. You know what I mean. Okay. So this is what they look like. I'm going to put the purple one on this one just to give us some more color. But let me grab my taco. So I'm actually going to use the... Where'd it go? I'm going to use Zulays. It's a little on the thin side, but I have a thick top coat somewhere. Is this it? It is. I have this thick top coat that's really, really nice, actually. I'll show you how thick it is. Like, it's thick. Thick. And then we have Zulays, which I love too. So let me go ahead and add some more color here. Yeah, definitely needed more of, like, that color on there for sure. I'm proud that, like, I didn't, like, give up on the like, colors and stuff. Because I think if I would have done this, like, 2 years ago, I would have given up and I would have been mad and pissed off. Just because, you know what I mean? So, I'm actually glad that I stuck with it and... Okay, let's get some more glitter up here. I like that. That is a really pretty, like, color on there. It does seem a bit thick, but what are you gonna do, right? As you can see, this nail I didn't cut, but I kind of did. I kind of just grazed it with my file by accident, but yes, make sure you get as much off as you possibly can, ladies and gents. That's pretty. Definitely needed more glitter, huh? What do you think? I think so. For sure. I like it though. It is, I probably could have done it a lot thinner in my mind. I should have, I was going to, but that's okay. No biggie. Let's make sure these sides do not come out too far. Okay. Alright. Let's put her in. And then we're good to go to top coat, everybody. And then we're done. Thank you. Shades, hello, Abigail. Nina, hello, Cora. Sophia, Bailey, Christina, J-Rob, Cheryl. Wait, Shay's Life. I'm going to shout everybody out. You guys, let's put some emojis in the chat. Let me know what color's your fave. We have Sarah, Lee, Winston, Jane. We have Leah. We have Nail Stamping Art Nails. She is one of my nail sisters, guys. She's amazing. J-Rob, she's awesome. They have channels. We have Jess Pierre. She's awesome. We have Eunice 10 Cute, which is Yasa or something like that. I'm sorry, love. We have Tigress Tits. And that is Valerie. She has a channel also. Eunice Tan Cute has a channel, guys. They are also content creators. We have Gizmo is a content creator. Shout out to you. Bestie Nay. We have Elena. We have Nails by Nelly. We have Glam. Micah. We have Filters Needed. Hell yeah, dude. You guys are awesome. We have Leanna. We have Simon. Math something. I'm not going to say your whole full name. Miranda, Leanne. And we have Glam Dragon Nails, Bets Vander. We have Nails by Black Dragon, which is Josh. Also has a channel. Nails by Nelly is my mod. Glam Dragon Nails is my mod. They all have channels. So if you love nails, go check all them out, guys. Go check all them out. We have Miss Christina Reeves, Frank Jones, and that's as far as up as I can go. So yeah. There they are. Love them. Freaking love them. But these right here are no longer available. So that's why I didn't tell you what the name was. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and just top coat these babies. Make sure there's nothing sticking to them. Oh my gosh. I love Zule's top coat because it's super shiny. And it stays shiny. It's called the Toughened Top Coat. And it actually stays shiny the whole time. It doesn't like get, what do you want to call that? I am so bad today with getting it on my skin. Goodness gracious, guys. Okay, just gonna make sure I get that nice. And you want to make sure your sides are well done too. So they're nice and nicely encapsulated. We're gonna go like this, boop, boop. Just like we did before. Just because it gets that excess off, and then that way you don't have wobbly nails. Because one thing I don't like is wobbly nails. Drive me bonkers. They drive me bonkers, guys. Okay, take our little one. Nice. Now, I don't recommend doing this with acetone. Like getting it off with acetone. I do not recommend that at all whatsoever. Nice. Alright. If you guys want me to do like another color or something like that, make sure you put it down in the comments after this. Okay, we're going to come to the side. We're going to make sure we take those sides in. See how that extra's on there? Nice. Beautimous. Woohoo. Where do you from, if you don't mind me asking? I am from the United States. How about you? I pop them off. Hi, Rodney. I do... Yeah, it's really thick. It looks thick, but it's not that thick. Which is great, because I'll show you the thickness of them from this way. So you can actually see... Like, I'll show you from this way so you guys can actually see just how thick they actually really are. Because you can tell a difference. And that's one way to be able to tell how thick your nails are. You're in Texas. Nice. It's probably super nice there, huh? It's like 80-something here. Oh, look at that shininess. Woo! So here is what that... Uh-oh. A floof. Here's what that looks like, guys. I do not have... It looks thick because of how my nails are. But there's not a lot of... I don't know how I can show you. But there's not a lot of product on there. It's thick up here, yes, because of my... whatchamacallit, but for the most part... Oh, man, I got... Okay. If you get sticky stuff on your finger, guys, wipe it down, okay? Wipe it down with your alcohol So that way you don't get none of that in your top coat, okay? That way you don't have a bunch of hairs in your top coat. Did this one get that way too? No. Okay. Ooh, look at that. That is a pretty green. A very pretty green. Now, if you don't get it really, really good at the edges, and it becomes rippled, you'd have to use a secondary top coat to smooth that out. Just because it's from the glitters underneath. Nice. And you want to make sure it's like leveled out really good too. And then I'm going to actually take this and we're going to make sure that we seal that in really nicely. Nice. Oop, sealed in all the way on the edges and stuff. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. I'm very slow at this, so bear with me, guys. I just want to make sure it's not goofy looking. And it's nice and flat. You just want to make sure it levels out and it's beautiful and flat. Oh, really? I've never been there. I've always wanted to go to Texas. I have friends that live out there. They actually live in Corpus Christi. You know what I used to call it? Corpus Crispy. Isn't that weird? Alright, what do you guys think? You like the colors? I think this is a cool ass set. Came out freaking awesome. I didn't think it was actually going to come out like this. So, hell yizzle. Thanks for helping me do this. And helping me, you know. It's definitely good to never give up, guys. That just goes to show, just keep going. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take that excess off there. And I'm going to make sure. Nice. Beautiful. Thank you. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait to go outside and, like, show them in the light with you guys. Just, oh my god. Oh, Kylene, hello? Kylene, hello? Me too. I heard about that and people been saying use ocean water and I'm like, that's not how it works. What? Use ocean water for what? Did I miss something? Thanks. I hate thick nails. Haha, me too, but guess what? They're not thick. Only the apexes. Look, you can see my hand. You can see from the side the thickness is not actually thick. The city's running out of water on my Lanza. Hi, Alexa. Hi, Chris. Hello, hello. You're welcome, Valerie. Thank you so much for your time. We are almost done. Just putting the finishing touches, which is sealing in this glitter with our top coat, which also helps seal in, you know, your nails. And I accidentally didn't realize, but I hit my nail on, I guess, the lamp or something. And so there's like a big, like, little spiky thing right here. So we want to make sure this is going to come down and fill in all those little crevices. And we're just going to lightly pull that down. Because what you don't want is your glitter sticking up out of that top coat. So you kind of have to do it pretty quickly. And I got a hair on it. That's okay. Do it thin, and then if you have to add another top coat to it to fix it, that's fine, because you can thinly do it, file just the top of it, and then it should go away. Like I said, this is probably the most boring part because I'm slow as hell, but I'm trying, y'all. Definitely trying. But I want to hurry up and be able to do this so that way I can go out in the sun, because we still have some sun here, and I want to do a video for you guys so that way I can show it. Hi babe, I'm almost done. I'm just putting top coat on and then I'm done. I'm gonna play volleyball with my nails on. Anybody else play volleyball with your nails on? Okay, we're just gonna take that excess and then I'm gonna hold it over like so. And then I'm gonna make sure the nice. I don't like doing all mine like I don't like doing that because it just goes everywhere for me, so that's why it takes me a lot. Bye. No worries, thank you. They're for, oh, are they? You can do mine next time. I wish. I had never done it. No, I take that back. I just don't do other people's nails. I do my own because I know for a fact that I can mess up on me, but if I mess up on like other people, I don't know, you guys. I'm like, but I do all kinds of crazy stuff on here, you guys. Today was just a practice day, and so we'll definitely have to use these colors again for this, because this is what the original plan was today, but I messed it up. So oh, nice thick juicy top coat. Now this nail is a little thick, and I think too the shape also plays a role in what it looks like too, guys. But look, it's not thick. It's thick around the apex, yes. Yes, it is. But for the most part, shit. And then I had to put 2 coats on here, so it's even thicker because I put 2 coats on here, but whatever. Whatever, it's fine. There's nothing I can do about the thickness of that. The rest of them look great. I do kind of wish I would have at least filed it down just a little bit more, because I really wasn't thinking about how many coats I was putting on this, you know? So, it's all good though. All good. Okay. Now I like doing that to make sure it stays nice and crispy. But this little tiny brush I'm using, I got from Varnail. This little tiny petal brush. And I love it. Because it's great for cleaning up in these little tiny tight areas. Okay. I'm going to bring this all the way out. And then you want to make sure you're keeping that flat as hell. Okay. Keeping that flat is the best thing that you can do when you're using square nails thick like this. If not, it'll look even more bulky. There we go. Alright, I'm going to hold that like that. Yeah, it's definitely very thick. But what are you going to do, right? Alright. One more and we're done. Thank you. Bye, love. Thank you so much. Take care, Chris. Take care, everybody. I love you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yasa, love you, girly. I want to thank each and every single one of you who stayed. Who just likes to watch for a good time. You know what I'm saying? Can you see it really good? Or let's see what it looks like with that on, shall we? Can you really see that color now? Ugh. So pretty. And the fact that I only got one of my nails. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I love that purple. It's like a pinky purple. My hands are not working with me today, but we are okay. We did it. And I am a nail enthusiast. Take everything with a grain of salt. Do your research. And, yeah. That is, ugh. Look at that purple. Yes, girl. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Okay, just want to make sure. Oh, yeah, dude. They look really thick on me, guys, and I'm telling you they're not. They're really definitely not. They could be worse. But at least, oh shit, I just put my brush in there. At least I know, too, that even though I thinned out the acrylic along the way, at least I know they're not going to break. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing because a lot of times... Oh shit, I just put my brush on that again. It didn't matter because it went great. Okay. Hold up. I accidentally took this corner off. Shit. I don't know why I do that, y'all. Take that damn corner off and then... There we go. There we go. But yeah, definitely want to take these babies outside. Because, yeah. Oh, hell yeah, dude. And I'm not breaking out. Which is typical. Like, if I hurt my finger, I will break out. So, nice. Alright, we're going to go side to side. Make sure it's good. See why I do that is so that way it stays. And you take that excess off the edges right here. Because if you don't, you'll have a super huge bulky finger that comes out the sides. Like literally comes out the sides. Nice. Beautiful. Alright, that's the last of it. Make sure I get all of it. Alright. full 60, guys, and then that's it. We are done ski. The purple is stunning, dude. Tag me. Oh, hi, Christina. Hi, don't be jelly. Hi, girl. Bye. Thank you so much for coming. Eunice. Does it look better in the camera light? So I'll show you once again in this light, and then I'll show you in regular lighting, and then I'll let you guys go. I've been on here for 4 hours, I think. What time is it? Anybody know? I don't know. 4:48, dude, and we went, so 4.5 hours. That's okay. That's okay. But at least we, at least we did it. I didn't give up, and I'm proud about that. Even though I wanted to. I really did want to give up. Like, oh my god, this acrylic isn't doing it. It's not working. It's shit, but we did it. So, like, it just goes to show that as long as you don't give up on yourself, nobody else can give up on you if you don't give up on yourself, I had a great time, though. A very great time. A very, very great time. Alrighty-dighty, guys. This is what they look like. This is usually why I don't wear square nails. Just because my fingers are so long and slender. So when I wear square nails, like, they just look bigger than what they are. But they're really, really, really not. They look that way. I have a nice apex on actually all of them, to be honest. This one's bigger, yes. But for the most part, the apex is nice. Yes. Never done this before, so... But I don't know if you can see. Do you see? There's not that much acrylic, except for this one's a little bit thicker, so you can see how much thicker the white one is compared to these ones. So, I think that's a good thing. But yeah, that's it, everybody. Thanks for hanging with me. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know which one's your favorite color. And yeah, it probably would have looked cool if I would have done some, like, nail art on there. But I think they're cool just like this, too. Oh, and one more thing. Look at this. I found this at the dollar store. Isn't she cute? I have such skinny nails that nothing fits, but isn't that cute? Dollar General, guys. And I love that they come in these little heart things, because, like, if I ever get a ring, I can use this as a backup. But yeah, thank you, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hype this video. I hope you guys found it helpful. I really do hope you learned something, at least. If you didn't, that's cool too. I can redeem myself, but catch the, like, lives, the acrylic lives that I've done. If you want to see how I do stuff, catch those. Nail hauls, etc. And yeah, but that's about it. That's all I got for you. Thanks for hanging out those 4 hours. You guys are troopers. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Hype, like, all the wonderful things. I love you.